Hello, Augies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. I have been sent another digital microscope. This one is a JOYALENS 3-lens, and it's got an HDMI output, it's got an LCD, and it's model JL246S-M, and of course, made in China. But the last digital microscope that I looked at, which is this one over here, is an Videographed. And you see it goes down, oh, you got to push it down a little bit longer to get it to, there we go. And this right here can zoom right down on top of things. Like you wouldn't believe, and focus in on them really well. There it is, focusing in on the dots on the printing. It's a really nice microscope with about a 10-inch screen. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This is a digital microscope, and we open it up, and it has a user's manual. And it's version 0.01, 246S, 249S. Okay. Oh, nice manual. These are some color things here, and if you want to get videos, it tells you how to do it. Let's take the component list here, and I'll bet if we open this up, it'll give us a larger diagram of what to put together. So, we have a little spacer here, and we have, it looks like an HDMI cable. This is some sort of a remote control, and this is the screen. Okay, it's not as big a screen as the other one. A warning. Display is fragile. Do not drop. Okay. We have a remote control. And more very carefully packed things. We have, looks like a little lens case. We have a whole bunch of little pieces and some prepared slides to look at. Okay. We have a USB cable that is not a USB-C. I would have expected USB-C. Nowadays, it's on everything. And I don't know what that is, but it sure looks like interesting. It's got a light in it. I see the LED in there. And here are the lenses. Several lenses. I think. There we go. Here's a lens. Here's a lens. So one of the things they do advertise on this is, oops, we got more stuff here. We've got a little, this is a 32 gigabyte, one of those mini cards. Here's a couple screws. They say spare parts. Okay. And this looks like the base. Okay. Because it's got lights coming out of it. There's a place back here. Where you can plug in a power supply of some kind. And then this and this are the last two remaining pieces. Now I can almost guarantee you that it's going to go on like this. And that just screws right down in there. No muss, no fuss, no problem getting it to lock in. Okay. And this goes here, I'm sure. Okay, goes up and down, and it sits right on there. See this ring right here? This fits on here and comes down to that ring, and then sort of locks in place if you wanted to. Okay, let's see if we can figure out the rest of this. There is a clamp in the back. Now this thing, see, it pulls out like that, so I can point down. And this right here goes into this big opening here. Let's move these out. And does it go there, or does it go down further? I think it's got to go down further. Let's see. I guess we're going to have to look at the instruction book. Is that what it says? I think we have to take these all the way out. And now we can remove the lens. Okay? And there's a little tiny little lens in there that you can see under there. Then there's a protrusion right there and a slot right there. So we move this all the way down till it fits in that slot. And then we can tighten these two, okay. Let's take off this. Oh, we got two of them. Look at that. They put two of something here. Anyway, there's your nice clear screen. What do we have to hook up? Has this got a battery in it? If it does, it might come on by itself. No. We've got to that has nothing to do with this. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got this has a plus minus on it, and this goes into the back here, so we can get those lights. Oh, up here. Okay, and there is, if you want to look at the top here, let's turn it around the other way and look at, it's not going to go down any, is it? There's an HDMI slot right there, so you can put a bigger screen on it. There's also a spot for the card to go here, right there. So we'll put the little card in. Okay. Boy, this is black on black, and it doesn't want to go in that way. So we'll take that out of there. And put it in the other way, which is kind of unusual. There. And then all of this plugs into, is there a little power supply? No, there is not. That's an HDMI cable there. And these are spare parts. This is a lens case. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and put it into a 5-volt. Welcome. Well, let's put this lens back in. It's nice that this seems to have, you don't have to fiddle around with directions and stuff because it's got a little slot in it so that it will go in straight. And we've got these lights, which we can put down here, kind of on the thing that is seen. And then we'll put this there. Oh, that's nice and sharp. Let's see if we can't get this light a little more over there. The light should be at the same height, focused kind of on the same spot. Now, there are buttons here. So, you got a nice picture of that. That will be very nice. And then we have, I don't know what that's doing. There's an up. Oh, this is the brightness. The brightness can go up and up and up and up. So that's what this thing does. It's, I'll just zoom out. This is the control. This turns it on and off. There is a little LED there. This gets brighter and this will get dimmer until, and of course it's self-adjusting. Now let's take a look with a flashlight here, since I think it's going to take that to see this. On the front there's an on-off button, a memory, up, down, OK, and take a photograph. Okay, that's very nice. So you get this thing just the way you want it and take a photograph. And it says up here there's a, oh, it will also do movie camera too if you want. I don't know if that's maybe what the M stands for. It'll do good to read the book on this. Movie, down, that's movie. Then you go back to still photograph. There's the photograph that we took. It's 4K, or 4K. And then you can keep going. This is a movie. It'll take a movie of what you've got and put it on that. And we'll have to check if there is software for this thing. Now there are multiple lenses. This is a lens that you can use, and I'm just going to get a circuit board here. So if we're putting a circuit board together, I mean, this is a way to see very clearly what is going on. I could hear this right there. And get a very close look. This is a place I had trouble with this thing when I first got it. There was, you see right here, these are very close together. There was a little solder ball in there that had stuck there. So took that out and then it started to work. Okay, now the depth of field on this is not large. See how you can get the top of that, this device right here. And then if I focus on the pins, anyway, this does work very well for this. Now normally you would leave, move this out of the way from over there. There are two other lenses. Now this right here is a slide holder. And in the slide holder, what you do is you take the off of the LED lights here and plug this into here. And now you've got backlit for your slides, to look at the slides. And then this thing can go on here, and you can look down through there at your slides with a different lens if you want to. And we have over here, the pre-prepared slides. So you can look at them. And in the pre-prepared slides, there's some little arms that will hold the slide, slide in place over this. Okay, so let's take a look at the instructions and see what we've left out. Okay, so it comes with a beam. There's a couple screws, springs, and metal clips. A column. And we put these together here. Okay. And we put this down in this. Remember, we had to take the lens off to get it down there. Now you can move this thing up and down here with this, like this. If you want to move it a lot, you can undo this screw and the screw of this. See this right here? You can put this kind of down closer and then take the whole thing down here if you want to get closer. Okay, and then for a little bit of adjustment right here for up and down. And then right here, this part right here is grooved, and you see how it goes back and forth, and see you get it's the edge of this light actually. You can see it very clearly and see the threads on it. Okay, and so this is your final focus right here. So let's see what we've got here. Now these little screws that attach the slide viewer part actually attach to the base. There's two screw holes here. Let me get this out of here so we can get this back in here, and you can see these screw holes. Now if you put them in here to hold slides, the problem that you're going to have is when you just want to lay things flat in here, like say for example you wanted to look at something printed just to see what it was. Okay, there's the printed view of what goes on there. That's taking up the whole plate in here. So I'm going to leave those off for right now. Now this right here has screw holes in it too. And remember, this is the light that we use for these slides. So I'm going to suspect here that in addition to the longer screws are shorter screws to attach it to this. So you can hold the slide there like that, and you see this looks at the, there's an LED at the bottom. Okay. And there's tweezers here, and there is a set of slides to look at. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. When observing with Den's Lens D, slot in the power supply. There's nothing on the back. Okay, so let's see what we've got in the manual. Well, this is something you could spend a long time on. Now, this right here, let's see. The entire manual is in English. Okay. It's got some specifications for it here. Lens A, D, and L. Okay. And you can output to a 28-inch HDMI monitor. Well, HDMI doesn't matter what you put into it. You can put in just an HDMI and it'll fill up the screen. This is a 26-inch screen back here, I think. Okay, working distance lens A, 12 millimeter to 320. lens D 4 to 5, lens L 90 to 300. Photo resolution, formats, video output is HDMI. Power supply, 5 volt, 2 amp. I did not see a power supply in here anywhere. Did you see one?
No.
No, I didn't either. But 5 volts, 2 amps, that's the same thing that an iPad would take. Okay, we include here a microscope, metal bracket, lens A, D, and L remote, dimmer cable, HDMI cable, USB cable, slide holder, slides kit, tweezers, and a bug box. Assume that's this one. Okay, and it shows the pictures of it. 10 is the slide holder. Okay, 12 are tweezers. 11 is the slide kit. 13 is the bug box. So that's this one right here. Put bugs in there, I guess. Okay, and let's look at the remote. I get that sealed in there. There we go. Yes, people, another remote. Let's see if there's anything in there. There are no batteries in there. 2 AAAs. It's got a menu, some ups and downs for focusing or amplification, a snowflake, a mode, 50-60 hertz, a plus, lock and unlock. NTL is American versus PAL, which is European. We can change the contrast and so on. Okay, we'll put the 2 AAAs in here. Let's go this way. The AAAs are not included. You have to get your own. Or you can go movie. There's a menu. Oh, look at this. We've got resolution, EV exposure, date stamp, sharpness, etc. Freezing something. That's cute. They've got a little snowflake there. Contrast, color. Okay. So you can play with the menu. What do we have in the other one? That menu, grid line settings. All right, all kinds of things. All right, so let's go out of the menu. Okay, how do we go out of the menu? Hit the menu button, maybe? There we go. Now, lens A, which I think is the one that is in there, they say you can use this for coins. So, there's a coin. Now, I'm going to crank this up a little bit. It's a $1 coin. And oh, wow, that is sharp right there. Oh, that is nice. Okay. Right there. Now, there's a little bit of slop in the turning. So, there. I mean, that is just really sharp. Okay. So, lens A is for coins and stuff. Lens D, if we can find it. Okay. We're going to change lenses. See what we can do here. That's L. And this is D. Oh, it's not focusing on much. This is not good, these coming loose like that. I don't like that. Okay. Now this I do not like, the idea that these things come loose. There ought to be clamps or something that are captive that you can pull apart. Now this is for our slide deck. So we're going to pull this out of here and put this in here. This is the box. It's got a place there in the back. You put the lights. Okay, put that right there. Now let's get one of these slides. There are in here a number of slides. Okay, this is a pine stem right here. See D, and we've got our little, oh, we're supposed to be way down there. Focus range is much smaller. Now we're on something there. Okay, let's tighten this up. This up. Oh, there we go. Shoot, I've lost it. I guess every would-be microbiologist goes through this problem every time they do something like this. There is our pine stem. So we're looking. Needless to say, I could never live as a biologist. Okay, there we go. That's the pine stem. Now, all of these little things are quite light, so if you let go of them, they move around. But that is quite interesting because you can see individual cells there. Okay. Let's see what another one of these is. Honeybee worker leg composite. Well, okay, let's quit playing with it there. All right. Well, we had a lot of fun playing with that. What you see in the video is just a small fraction of what we did when we looked at things, because we've taken a lot out that was just fiddling with the thing and so on. Does it work? Yes. Is it fiddly? I think it is. I think it is fiddly. If you're going to use this like for a high school biology class to study small things like that, you can, but you're going to end up taping that little slide thing to the platen and so on in order to keep your slides in place. And focusing on the slides is a little bit of a exercise in frustration, but as we showed there were a couple times when you could actually get it. We looked at two of the provided slides. Now there are three lenses, one for things like coins, another for things like electronics building, and another for an actual microscope, a digital microscope. The thing does put out an HDMI signal, so you can use any HDMI monitor, which would include your television, okay, and get a nice big picture of what's going on. Now it's only HD, it's not 4K. If you take a picture, the picture will be 4K, and then you can take that off of the card, or you can use the USB to take that off the card. So there's lots of things that you can do with it. Now, we were looking on the internet at prices for this thing. It's in the like $150 range. I can't tell you which one is exactly this, because the marking on this is a little different from what I see up on the screen, but I'll try and get more information on that. So, do you need a microscope in your shack? I've found this other one, I've had that for a while now. I found it extremely handy when I'm trying to troubleshoot something. I've even used it to get little tiny cactus spines out of my finger, because this thing will see it. So there you have it, a microscope that might find a place in your shack that you could use whenever you have to look at really tiny things. And there you have it. I mean, I think the thing works fine. I would say the focus is finicky. The depth of field is not very high. I think this other one has higher depth of field. And otherwise, you're okay. You can vary the amount of light. I mean, it's extremely flexible. And it does come with 3 different lenses for entirely different things. So, there you have it. If you'd like to help support this channel, you can certainly do so by going to patreon.com/KE0OG or to dcastler.com/support. And please subscribe, please click like, and until we next meet, 73.